internal company podcasts move people and culture forward. We are so excited about this initiative at People Forward Network. It's been one of our greatest innovation ideas to date. Thinking about the challenges in the workplace and that leaders share with us all the time about communication to their people. How do we help everyone get on the same page? How do we share the most important stories and make sure everyone hears them? How do we make sure that everyone is able to gather to hear the latest all company updates? How do we continue to inspire our people around the mission we set out to do every day and the impact we're having on our customers and on the communities that we serve? Great questions. We hear that a lot. Well, think about podcasting. As I said, internal company podcasts are a game changer. And let's just use some facts. Podcasting has been on the rise for a while. Most all of us are used to using a mobile device and listening to things, let alone viewing things through, video means. We're very used to the podcasting medium. And if we think of how do we meet people where they are today, no one wants another place to check online like an intranet or another mobile app, right? We want to go where we already are, bringing opportunities for people to plug in to the tools that they're already using. Insert your company communication into a podcast. Meet them right where they are. Have a personalized experience with your people. Get really good at storytelling. Storytelling is one of the greatest ways to help other people take a message and absorb it and also share it. If you think about a time when you've rattled off statistics or you're listening to a speaker rattle off statistics and you're like, oh, that's so good. Yeah. But how many of those statistics do you remember? But when you hear a speaker or you read a story that is illustrated through a storyline, a narrative about something, you remember almost all of it, right? But you might tell it in your own way, but you absorb it in your own way. But stories are so powerful. The other thing that I love about podcasting, no matter how you use it, but especially in internal communication, every podcast episode, be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, breaks down into many different pieces. So think you record a podcast, you can have it audio, video, you can take it and export it and transcribe it, capture blogs, capture quotes, capture inspirational action steps, many of them. So we create marketing enablement kits to support each and every episode that comes out on our podcast, whether they're external or internal, to maximize your opportunity to feed all of your digital channels. Some employees love email still. So how do we take the podcast and have audio, video, written word in an email for someone to read? You have this one initiative that feeds all other initiatives. 92% of people have a smartphone. 73% of people are listening to audio on a regular basis. And we have been seeing an increase in podcasting by 40% for years. So when you struggle with thinking about how do we solve the problem about people not reading our emails? How do we stop the telephone game from happening? How do we help our remote team and our people in all of these different states and people in many different disciplines? How do we bring them together? Consider thinking about an internal podcast for these efforts to storytell, to build relationships, to have mentoring opportunities, employee recognition spotlights, and to share customer stories that are so powerful that help your people understand the impact that you're making and what they're making as part of that, being part of your company. And finally, leveraging the podcast to advance your people, whether that's life development topics or topics that are specific to learning in your organization. Podcasting is a great way to move your people forward through internal communications. And we would love to be your partners in creating this thing. We hope to talk.